conversation with you alongside my mentor, my boss, a real estate mogul and mentor himself, Dr. Stephen Akintayo. He's not here yet. I'm going to give you a background to this conversation so that you can make, and this video is about how to make money work for you. I want to get heard the saying that if you work for money, right, you will work till you die. If you to get your money working for you so that you don't work till you die. So if you are a matured person, a senior citizen who you're about to retire, you have some money put together, this is the time for you to start thinking, what errand can I send my money so that this money works for me as I stop working? Are you with me on that? So today's conversation is, how do you make your money work for you if you want to become a millionaire in dollars, and of course a billionaire in dollars as well? Okay, so like I said, I would be bringing on the experts at this. Okay, I know in a couple of months I will be able to talk about this, definitely, right? But for today, I will yield the mic to the very enigmatic teacher, Dr. Stephen Akintayo, aka DSA. All right, welcome, Doctor. Can we see you?
Okay, good to be here. The one and only electric Temi.
Okay. Okay. Well, I can hear you now. Welcome, sir. What did you say?
I said it's good to be here with the one and only electric Temi. Good to be here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, fantastic. So, for the purpose of those who don't know Dr. Akintayo, he is the GMD of the GTEX Holdings. And this is a company with currently 12 subsidiaries that cuts across different spheres of life, from land to properties, consulting to events management to cooperative societies, about how you can get your money to work for you. Okay, what principles you need to obey for you to get money working for you without you laboring till you die, especially if you want to become a millionaire in dollars. All right. So, Doctor, thank you again for joining us here. I want us to make this quite brief for those who are watching us so that they can get their nuggets very quickly and what they can begin to implement on. But first, I'm going to ask you, what was your personal journey, okay, to becoming a millionaire in dollars? Not your first 1 million naira, not your first 10 million naira, not your first 100 million naira. No, skip that part for us, okay? Talk to us. How did you move tangibly from being a millionaire in naira to becoming a millionaire in dollars? Because that's about 500 steps, 500 times the naira. Talk to us your journey from that place of grace to a place of greater grace.
So for me was the realization that, and this was shocking for me anyway, the realization that actually for me to become wealthy, I needed to be an investor. So there are 4 ways to make money. You can make money by having a job. You can make money by being a self-employed. You can make money by being a business owner. So for many years, I never knew that I was actually self-employed. My mindset, you call me, I'm a CEO. I have a business and all of those things. So I didn't even know that when I was calling myself a CEO, I actually was just a self-employed. And I didn't also know that if I was self-employed, I'm even worse than someone who has a job, because if you have a job, you have a guarantee income, constant salary. If you are self-employed, there's no even guarantee to your income. I didn't even, I mean, it took me years to know this. And that for me to actually become extremely wealthy, I needed to become a business owner, which I wasn't as at that time. And then what was the difference between a self-employed and a business owner? It meant that the business was operating with a structure that didn't even have to do with me. And again, that which is why today now I don't need to be in any of our offices. They operate because there's a system running it. But that even that, not everybody is wired to be a businessman. Not everybody can go through the stress. It's tough to be a businessman, really tough. So the easiest option for everyone is that you can easily become an investor. You can buy properties, you can buy shares, you can buy stocks, you can co-own a company with somebody else. As the company begins to grow, you're wealthy. So what is a business? A business is exchanging value or services in exchange for money. What's investment? Investment is exchanging your one-time money for a lifetime of cash flow without having to even put in your time and your energy. In a business, you need your time, you need your money. In investment, you only need to put in your money, and it's not even your money all the time. It's that you put in that money one time, and that money goes on an errand, and that's why we use the word how to make money work for you. So when you become an investor, what has happened is that money is not working for you. You're not working for money, and that's the best place to be, because that's when the best version of you can come out. Honestly, I've seen how human beings can almost become a demon when they are broke, when people are poor. The devil in us come out, and that's why when you look at the poorest nations have the highest level of crime, from kidnapping to drugs, to name it. Because when people are struggling for their livelihood, when it's about, I just need to have something for myself, they can do anything. But when you get to that point where you are now an investor and money is working for you, and even if you don't do anything, there's a guaranteed amount of money coming in, no matter how small, but something keeps coming in on a regular basis. That is when you're on your way to becoming a wealthy person. By the way, guys, are you getting value? Is this making sense? I need your comment. I need you to also share this video with your loved ones and friends. I want to be sure everybody's here. I don't know where Tammy went to, but I hope she'll join us back very shortly with a better internet. But I hope you can all hear me. If you can hear me, just type I can hear you. I'm getting value. Please share this video as many times as you can. I know a lot of us are watching on YouTube. I appreciate that you share it on the various groups that you belong to and get as many people as possible to come. So Tammy was asking me a lot of questions, and the first question was, what were the journey that I took to becoming a millionaire in dollars? And I said the first was knowledge. I had to go, to do research on how do you become a millionaire and a billionaire in dollars and not even naira. And that journey got me to discover that there are 4 ways to making money. You can make money by having a job and earning a salary. You can make money by being self-employed. You can make money by being a business owner, and then you can make money by being an investor, right? I love you too. I can see Coach Spark. He say, I love you, sir. I love you too. I can see Rita. It says, I can hear you. I'm getting value. Thank you, Rita, for joining. Edward Abumoye can hear me. Frank Kamba, everybody's here. Paul Nathan, thank you for joining. I hope all of you are sharing this and getting as many people to join us for the show. When I then discovered these 4 ways to make money, I then had to ask myself, where was I in that 4 quadrant? I discovered I was self-employed. Again, prior to that knowledge discovery, my thinking was I was a business owner. I didn't even know the difference between a business owner and a self-employed. And many of you even here, when I asked you, are you a self-employed? Are you a business owner? Most of you are going to tell me, yes, I'm a business owner. But by the time I ask you, can you leave your business for 1 year and the profit or the income of the business will even increase rather than decrease? I'm sure everybody who had said they were business owners will suddenly be like, that won't happen. And at that point, you then realize that you actually are not yet a business owner, you are self employed. And so, most of us who always claim to be business owners are actually self employed. We're not business owners, we're self employed. In other words, we have decided to start the journey of entrepreneurship. The business still largely depends on us, irrespective of how many staff we have. The journey to then transitioning into becoming a business owner is a long journey that could take 10 years, could take 16 years, it could even take more. And that journey ultimately means that you now own a business that does not require your own time for the business to grow. So by the time you become a business owner, your time is no longer as required for the business to prosper and grow. Now, it does not mean you don't put in your time. It just means it's not the major factor anymore. Your ideas is still important. Your strategy is still important for the business, but not necessarily your time. Okay. And then I then discovered that even all the people who started businesses like Bill Gates, like Warren Buffett, like who else, like Steve Jobs, all of them, the ultimate goal was still to retire from their own businesses and to retire to become an investor in their own business. So what then happened ultimately is that they're now getting equity, they're getting returns, they're getting something to keep coming in for them. So which is why when virtually all the CEOs we have now, all of them had owned their businesses before. And one of these I shared with many of them, convincing them to join to GTEC is that can we bake a bigger pie? Because even though you're a CEO, you're still self-employed in your own business. And you're actually worse than an employee because you and I know the ups and downs of being a self-employed. Today there's money, tomorrow there's no money. At least an employee even has a constant guarantee income. Now, you as a self-employed, there's no guarantee income. So when I got to that discovery, I said, I want to become an investor. And in fact, that was part of why I then moved into real estate, because what real estate affords me is an opportunity to be a business owner at the same time an investor. In other words, the lands that I'm buying, I'm not going to sell all of it. You see the point now? So majority of it still are left as an investment for me, for the company, and for my family as well. So I'm able to turn my business to the same tool for my investment. And so when I started that journey, of course, doing real estate, of course, that's when we started hitting millions of dollars in income, in transaction, and even in value of assets. I hope this makes sense. Temi is finally back.
For sharing your story. I appreciate that. So I was off for a while. My internet went kaput on me. I had to go and restart it, but I'm here now. Okay, so I'd like you to please. Thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah, go ahead. But I think you need an
Is that
alternative
what-
internet. I think you need an alternative internet in your home office because oftentimes it does kaput, or what did you call it?
Yes, I have. So interestingly, it's my building. So
Yeah,
my house, the way it's built, and this is the only one that works inside my house. The other ones I have to go out to use them. This is the only one that works in my house. It's the house construction. It's a duplex, so maybe the decking and all of that. I don't know. Anyway, so my next question for you, and I think the final question for you is for you to please share with us principles that you believe people can deploy to make their money work for them? What options can you advise that people, leverage on to get their
Mm.
money working for them? Thank you.
Good question. So for me is, first of all, you need to understand the various types of investments, because oftentimes people are not familiar with that. There is a low risk investment, there's a mid risk investment, and there's a high risk investment. So a lot of time whenever we talk about investment, people are really scared, and they need to be, because many have lost money. However, what they didn't know is that the reason they lost money was that they engaged only in high risk investments. So how do you kind of identify high risk investment? It's usually based on the return on investment. So oftentimes we'll talk about this concept of making money work for you. It means you're having to rely on a company and giving them your money either for equity or for ROI on a regular basis. And if those companies are already offering you a huge return, some of us had MMM, several names, Pennywise, Penny Foolish, different names. And they gave these juicy returns. They promised you they were involved in diamond, in precious stone. And people really got all crazy because one or two people got their returns. And at the end of the day, what has happened to many of such people is it was at their turn that the whole thing then collapsed. They lose all their money, and then they go all into, I will never invest again. I will never trust anybody again. No, it was you lost money because you are not financially intelligent. So you need to actually become financially intelligent. You can't just go all into, oh, I'm a business, I'm an investor, without even understanding how investment works, without understanding ROI, the concept of return on investment, what types of businesses guarantees high returns, low returns, and so on and so forth. I'll give you an example. I had this woman who reached out to us last year. She bought properties from me here in Dubai, to about $1 million worth of real estate asset in Dubai. And then she heard about GVest. I said, I love this as well. I don't even have that risk. The property I buy in Dubai, I still have to look for tenants to rent them. If nobody rents them, I may not get certain returns. If the economy is bad, I may have issues with people renting houses. But hey, this one, I'm giving you my money, and GVest gives me return every year. I love that. She even said, hey, I'm ready to invest hundreds of millions. But she then started, can you give me up to 50% returns every year? I said, I'm sorry, GVest cannot give you that. She said, why? But I know this other company, they give you this, they give you that. I said, ma, those usually are high risk investment. I'm not saying they're not real, but when an investment is high risk, there is a guarantee that it will crash at some point. And that's why even the regulated ones, we call them hedge funds, right? In the case of hedge funds, you will sign a contract by law that says there's no guarantee you get your money back, that you have agreed that these people use your money for high risk investment. And if your money gets missing, you agree you're okay with it. You must sign, right? In regulated hedge funds investment. So I broke it down for this woman. I said, most of these high risk investment, you can lose your money and you will lose it at some point. Usually it takes maximum 2 to 3 years. Any form of high risk will crash. There has never been a time, be it Forex, be it crypto, that it has not crashed in 2 years or 3 years. It has never happened, right? In the case of Forex, in fact, it's probably so regularly in a month, right? Because of that, the fact that it's a high risk. Now, you now need to consider the lower risk and the mid risk. I was telling this one, I really did proper, education. That's okay. How about me getting the returns before immediately I pay? I said, ma, don't you, again, we are not a Ponzi scheme. Okay, we need to use this your money. First of all, do business with it, make profit, then give you part of the profit. So if we're giving you returns, immediately you drop the money, it meant that from day one, we never had an intention of doing business with your money. It means that we're giving money of newcomers to old timers, and that's called Ponzi. If it's really a business, we collect the money, we will actually have to do business with it. You know, so, well, she reduced the amount of money she wanted to invest, and I didn't care, because what was important to me was that our integrity is intact. Now, she got a return. It was 9 point something million, 9.6 million or so. We spoke a few days ago, and you need to see how she was taking me. Sir, she gone. You are your people at GVES. Give me my money. I'm so happy. Some of these other ones I did, I lost all my money. You know, all of the Olori book. I said, but no, don't cause them. I told you. But I told you these were high risk investments, right? And that you could lose your money. And that we may not give you all this heaven and earth type of return, okay? But we make sure we keep to our word. And she even said to me, I've told my children we're putting in more money, because when we even wanted to do it, some of them were saying, are we sure? But I'm happy you guys kept your word. Now, you need to know the joy in my heart. I felt like, yes, I own a company. I work for a company that keeps to our word. Now, we're not 100% perfect. Every customer doesn't like us. But I can tell you almost 98% of our clients are happy. And that's good. As we work towards getting 100%, I'm happy, right? That most of our customers can say we keep to our word when they give us their money. I say the same thing with our landed properties as well. Yes, people can tell you Ajita is too expensive, or you never hear one of them say, well, I paid for a land and the land didn't exist. You never hear that. Okay? And for me, that's a better reputation, that you eventually got value for your money than that, oh, it was just a hoax. So always think of this, where the principles that I have engaged was that I understood high risk. By the way, it's not as if I don't do Forex or crypto, just that I only put a fraction. And when I make good returns, I put it back into real estate, which is what I know, which is a more reasonable risk, which is tangible. I can touch it, I can hold it. I've also had to invest with other real estate companies. Did one in Grenada. It's an apartment. They're building a lot of houses in Grenada. And I put in my money. I know the company, they're doing very well. I gave them my money. They continue to build these houses in Grenada. They're not giving me something tangible, 5%. It's okay. I have some investment, with some banks as well. They put it in some, stocks and shares and all of that. They're not giving me much. They're giving me 5%. But again, I love investments that are stable, right? I know how to go and do the Forex and the crypto. And I know that I'm gambling. If it goes, you will never even see me come on social media and say, I lost my money. I knew what I was putting my money into from day one. I knew it was a risk. And if it works, fine. If it doesn't, fine. So I hope I answered your question, Tammy.
Absolutely. Yes, 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 you did. You did. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. So, guys, I don't know if you have questions. Okay, somebody is asking, what's the least one can invest with GVES? Okay, so those of you who have questions on GVES, I am here to take all your questions. I will also be sharing our number for you to reach out. Those of you who are ready to make the investment. So if you have questions for Doctor, absolutely please go ahead. And in the meantime, I will share my screen and I will run you through what we do at GVES, okay, and what you stand to gain when you come into GVES. And now, before I go that route, I would like to share that, I am among those that we have had our hands burnt over and over again. And in my case, it wasn't just my money. it was also the money of other people who had trusted me, right, with their funds. It was really, really devastating for me and my brand, because people trusted me that, oh, Temi knows what she's doing. But of course, I wasn't wise enough, I wasn't smart enough. And so I lost money, both my money and the money of other people. So today I'm happy that
I hope you confess that I warned you.
so interestingly, I got warning from quite a number of people, and I felt like, oh, I knew what I was doing. Oh, yes, you did warn me. You told me that, Temi, end it now. I remember you said that, Temi, end it now. It will not last. End it now. It will not last. But I'm like, no. You said, Temi, you've made enough. End it now. So definitely, I wish I had heard. I wish I had adhered to your warning, right? Today, I will not be here, and definitely, I will not have broken the hearts of the people I have broken their hearts. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to be sharing my screen with you, and then absolutely, if you have questions, I would also share my details so that everyone here can we can all leverage on the opportunity that GVEST has to offer. By the way, how many of you are really happy that you are learning this today? How many of you see the transformation that you would enjoy after today's session? That, okay, this is how I make my money work for me. Let me see your hand up in the comments. And if you have questions too.
Has a question. Have you seen Ahmed's question?
Questions?
Yes, Ahmed.
Okay, so I'm not seeing questions just yet. I will take questions very shortly. Just hold on. Let me take on the very first question that we have on based on GVEST. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, like I said earlier on, and let me know once you see my screen. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, I'm sharing screen now. Let me see. Yes. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, can you see my screen? It shows membership plan. Who is saying that, please? Let me know if you can see that. Can you see membership plan? Can you see the DSA?
No, I can't see, but
can you see my screen?
I've helped you now.
Not yet.
I've helped you now. It's working now. Go ahead. I think I have admin status. You don't, but it's working now. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So guys, in GVEST, it's a cooperative platform where all aspiring investors must subscribe to our membership plans, because we want to build a tribe of millionaires. And if you have followed DSA for a couple of years, I would say I have followed him now for about 7 years. He had always talked about building emperors. Emperors, that is millionaire who have millionaire empires, right? Who have multi-million empires. So we want to have you first in a membership, and our subscription are as follows. Number one, you can be a classic plan member. Okay, as a classic plan member, you can invest up to 20 million naira. Okay, and you get a credit card, you get a lapel pin that will be shipped to your address. You get the ebook of the Billionaire Habits. You get a group mentorship with DSA and other experts during our investors dinner. So DSA makes it a point of duty to connect with all our investors across the world. So if you're in Dubai, you're in Ghana, you're in Nigeria, you're in Kenya, you're in Gambia, you're in the US, you're in the UK, you're in Canada, you're in France, whenever DSA gets to your country, he would have an investors dinner with you. Like, you get to see the man, and it will become a mentorship experience for you. All right. And then you get 1 month access to the Stephen Akintayo University that is valued at 2,247. So in all, you are investing in something that has a value of well over $2,000. However, you're paying just 25,000 naira for your first member. All right. So this is going as 25,000 naira in your, that is your membership fee. Okay, so membership fee for this is 25,000 naira. Right now, renewal after that, so it's an annual. After 1 year, you will be you get to pay just half of it, which is 2,000 at 12,500 naira. I hope that is clear to you. Trying to do here. Okay, so the number two plan is when you become a gold plan member. As a gold plan member, you are getting all of this, but even more. Okay, and this is where you get the Billionaire Habits, the mentorship, and then 3 months access to the Stephen Akintayo University. Now, a 3 months access that is valued at about $9 and something, if I'm not mistaken, right? So imagine getting all of this at 471. Imagine getting all of this at 741. Yeah, at just 50,000 naira. The same thing goes with the platinum. At platinum level, you're paying just 100,000 naira as a member, okay, of the plan. Okay, let me show you that so that it's clear to everyone. So it's showing on this image, but I'm guessing it may be too small for you to see. That's why I am posting it, you know, boldly into the slide. And I'm making it a bigger text for you to see very clearly. I hope that's quite clear for everyone to see. Okay, so that is it. Now, note that the only available items be given to all corporate members and investors are the Billionaire Habits book, okay, which is an e-book, okay, and then access to the Stephen Akintayo University and the meeting, or that is the investors dinner that will be held with the, so this is the investors dinner that will be held with Dr. Akintayo. Other benefits will be sent to cooperative members when available. Okay, if we have new offers for you, you would get them. All right. So now let's talk about the return on investment. How many of you are ready to hear about this? Like, tell me, give me the gist. Give me the numbers, right? So your ROI first, let's assure that your ROI, is quite safe, and you can have access to your ROI on our platform, our GVest app, which you can also log into online. All right, and you can get your ROI in dollars or in naira according to your investment. Okay, so who is ready for some ROI conversation? Type ROI in the chat. Type ROI in the chat if you are ready for that. We have a we have a buffoon, a bozo in the chat. Who's talking about? Okay, so I want to see you type ROI in the comments. If you want me to talk about the ROI, Ogumbi says ROI, McDonald says ROI, Olayemi says ROI. Fantastic. Keep it coming. So let me talk about the ROI that we have for you available for now. Please, all of these things are available for you when you subscribe ASAP. Okay, that means between today and the next 24 hours or the next couple of days. All right. So the first here is you can invest a minimum of 2 million naira. How much? 2 million naira. Amazing deal. Because if you look at properties today, okay, and you know how much they cost, you can be discouraged and say, oh no, Real estate is not for me. Oh, I cannot do this. It's too much. And then you begin to excuse yourself out of the glory that is available in the real estate industry. So with just 2 million naira, you can earn 18% ROI. Earlier on, the ESA talked about somebody who was asking for 50%. I was getting 25%, and it ended up what? Being a huge failure. So 18% guaranteed every year is something you want to jump into. If you do a 3-year ROI, right, that is 54%. That is 18 times 3. Now, the beautiful thing which I need to tell you is that once you invest, you can absolutely roll over. So if we pay you 360,000 and you say, you know what, guys, keep my 360 with you guys, right? And they're going to include a slide here that will show you what your money can become in 5 years when you roll over with us. It is mad. It is maybe in a corridor or something. And in 1 year, that land has grown by 18%. Please be honest with me. Is that a good deal or not? I mean, you must agree it's a good deal. If you think it's a good deal, let me see you type good deal in the chat. Type good deal in the chat. If you buy a property, let's say even in your village, for 2 million naira, and in 1 year the ROI went up, the value went up by 18%, and then you sell at 18% more, who agrees that it's a great deal? So look at that. When you do 5 million, you get 20% per annum. When you do 10%, you get 22% per annum, as you can see, right? And then you can say, oh, they've paid you after 1 year, they've paid you 1 million naira, right? But please don't give me the 1 million. Don't pay me yet. Don't pay me that money. All right, just help me roll over. How many of you should go and withdraw your money in savings? I hope you know that you cannot save your way to wealth. I hope you are aware. Someone should please type that in the chat. Say, I cannot save my way to financial freedom. I can't save my way to wealth. You can't. Case of letting your money work for you. So let's say, for example, you add your 1 million, right, to this 5 million that you invested. By year 2, that means you now have 6 million. Once you 20% of 6 million, that's about 1.2. That means the following year you make 1.2 million. You have bit off the army, empowered your money to work more for you. You have given that your what's it called? Manure, fertilizer to grow, grow wild for you. And this is it, right? If you're doing our fractional ownership in Naira scheme, I hope everyone is clear about this. You earn your ROI yearly. You can also say, okay, I want to earn it every 3 years or every 5 years. At that level, you get what we call what's that English again now? Something about the ROI, simple compound interest. You get compounded interest on your money. It is a beautiful thing. How many of you know that compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world? How many of you are aware that compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world, where when you put in 1 naira every day for 1 year, and you leave it and you invest it, and you say, and you close your eyes to it, because the child of your money is for you, the great grandchildren of your money keeps working for you, you will never be broke for the rest of your life. People like Grant Cardone, the multi-billionaires in the world, like Warren Buffett, like Hiroki Kiyosaki, they make bold to say that they don't spend their money. that they spend the money that their money has generated for them up to the third generation. Imagine spending the great grandchild of your income, of your salary. Imagine spending the great grandchild, the third generation of your money is what you spend. And some of us who even envy those who are extraordinarily rich, who are extra successful, we think that, oh, they are using their money, and so your own little money, you go and buying designers, whereas they are using their money's money to buy the luxury things of life. How many of you feel like you've been eating even the embryo of your income, and that now it is time to begin to spend your money's grandchild? This is the opportunity for you. This is the opportunity for you. If you are ready, type grandchild. No, just type ready in the comments. Type ready in the comments. Now, this way, your money is far above, what's it called again now? Far above, what's this, inflation. Even the banks will give you 3% per annum. Guys, banks are giving 3%. We are giving you 18. When you do fixed deposits, I think it begins from like 20 million. At that level, they give you how many percent? Maybe 6% or 9% at most, which is still less than inflation rates. It's crazy, guys. So with this, we are giving you the opportunity to invest in Naira and also in dollars. I hope everyone can still hear me. Am I still audible? Because I can't even see anyone, but I'm seeing only my screen. Dare I say, am I still on?
Yeah, you're on. We're hearing you.
Yeah. So you want to, you want to invest from $10,000 to $1 million. This is
says that it's 0.1% that you get in the US on fixed deposit. That's
my
crazy.
God, 0. What? And then some people are still adamant on saving, and playing the wealth game not to lose. Guess what, guys? When you play the game not to lose, you do just that. When you play the game to win, you do just that. I hope you heard that. When you play the game, the wealth game, not to lose, you do just that. That means you do what? You lose. When you play the wealth game to win, you do just that. Which means you win as well. So anyhow you play it, when you are playing safe, what happens to you? And this is real, guys. This is not some sham we are putting together. GTEx as a company is over 14 years old, and GTEx in real estate is 7 years old. How many of you saw us when we were celebrating our anniversary some weeks ago? 7 years in the industry, guys. We've made our mistakes and we've learned, and we are here today. We are better, right? So this is an asset-backed investment offer. That means if for any reason we default in payment, which has never happened, you will be entitled to a piece of property. Oh my goodness. Where is my bell? I need to ring a bell at this moment. Let me stop sharing my screen. Please give me a bell to just so I can enter your head. That if anything happens, we would allocate in your land. That way you never, ever lose anything. Are you getting this, guys? This is, give me your favorite emoji. You should be fire. Just give me fire in the comments, right? This is it, guys. You will get your land. So this is like risk-free for you. If you are risk averse, this is for you. If you are risk averse, this is for you. It is phenomenal. Thank you. And then we have over $500 ROI paid to investors in this year alone, right? This year alone. So in the first year, we paid $60,000. In the last, this year, we've done over $500,000, right? Which is, like well over, how much is that in billions? tons and tons of it, right? And we have hosted frequent dinners. Oh, very frequent. Very in the last, in fact, this year we've held about 6. This year we've held in Lagos, we've held like twice in Dubai, about 3 times in Lagos, and so on and so forth. So you will see how we've paid. You can see proof of ROI that we've sent out, right? From us. So we've paid all those guys 1 million, and then we even have screenshots of testimonial. Look, somebody earned 9.6 million naira in returns. The date here shows what? It shows 30th of September. This is not it's not bozo. Can you see? Just a couple of weeks ago, right? And then this one also September as well, 360,000 naira. Can you see? So all of that is what you get when you come into GVest. This is how you do it, guys. This is how you do it. Making millions and multi-billions and all the billions to spend the grandchildren of your money. This is how you do it. DSA, do we have questions for you? Are you ready for our questions? So guys, thank you guys. How many of you enjoyed my presentation? Please let me know so that I can increase my rates for presenting. How many of you enjoyed the electrifying presentation? Give me a heart in the chat. So let me see if we have questions. Did you see any question when earlier on? Thank you, Rita. You said it's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
A lot of questions earlier on. Let me see if we can scroll back to them.
Oh, someone said, so guys, if you've enjoyed this session, please just type in thank you in the comments. And if you have questions, so let's go over them again.
So it says,
okay.
I'm a civil servant. What happened?
I earn 250K per month, for example. How do I invest for the long term with such an amount? Fantastic.
Well, so first of all, you need to know that the beginning of investment does not start with investment. It starts with the knowledge of investment, followed by savings, and then the actual process of investing. So if you earn 250,000 every month, the problem is not 250,000 because that's a decent income. The problem is how have you reduced your expenditure enough to be able to save up to 100K or 50K every month. So if you're able to have saved 100K every month, in 1 year, you have 1.2 million. And you can now start investing. In fact, one of the things GVest is going to be doing very soon is opportunity for people to start doing savings towards buying a land. We're starting that you can then start saving that 50K every month through the GVest app. And then when you hit the exact amount, you can then put it into the investment itself. So you just need to work on your expenditure.
Right.
There was a time where, my son, couldn't resume school because I had to pay salary of staff. I had to prioritize that. There were times where my children were attending the cheapest school in that entire community. Today, my children attend the most expensive school in Nigeria. So life is in phases. Men are in sizes. You live your size per time. There's a phase when you need to just, play it humble and, very modest. There's a season you can then afford to be as lavish as you want.
Great. Okay, so I want to make some corrections, which is that yes, it is 18% you get when you invest $10,000 in 3 years. Okay, I was thinking in naira earlier on. So 2 million naira, you get 18% per annum. So can we change that $10,000 to 2 million naira? Okay, you get 18%.
I think what they should do is we have 2 slides so that it doesn't confuse. Can IT put the two timetable and just then put it up. So we have the
Yes.
table for Naira investments. We have the table for dollar investments. So if
Right.
they can pull up the two table, so the
Mm.
returns when you are investing in dollar and want to earn in dollars is
Mm.
different from investing in Naira and want to
Right.
earn. So you have to choose which one you want. So right now on the screen, you can see if you are investing in Naira, so that's 2 million in 1 year is 18%. If you are
Right.
living for 3 years, is 54% in 3 years. If you are living it for 5 years, is 90% of what you initially invest you get. Now you have the option of 5 million that increased to 20% if you're investing up to 5 million. If you're investing up to 10 million, you get 22% every year. If you're investing up to 20 million, you get 24%. If you're investing up to 50 million, you get 26%. And then if you're doing 100 million, you get 28%. Now, if you want to invest more than 10 million, you can reach out. That is a different conversation, it's negotiable. Can you then put in the dollar option?
Okay, so I have put the two side by side, and I think okay,
We
it's there
can't, we
now.
can't,
Yeah.
we can't see your own screen.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what's happening. So we're not necessarily able to see your screen.
Oh, okay.
Only the one IT is able to pull up.
Okay.
Can you put on the dollar option?
Yeah, it's up now. No, it's not. Oh, yeah, it's up now. So $10,000.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's it. I can also share my
thousand
screen as
dollars
well.
per year is 6% because when you're investing in dollar and you want to get it back in dollar, the investment we usually don't try to do it in Nigeria. And you need to know when we're investing outside Nigeria, the returns are not as
Fast.
high as when you're investing in Nigeria. So these things you
Right.
need to understand investment. Higher the risk, higher the returns. Lower
Yes,
the
yes,
risk, lower the returns, right? So
yes,
it depends
yes.
on where and which.
Can you see my
So
screen now? Guys, I want to encourage you to do a screenshot of my
your screen
screen.
will your screen will come up very shortly.
Okay.
Then yes, your screen is on now.
Okay, so guys, do a screenshot of this. Please quickly do a screenshot of this so that you can, ruminate over this and get the whole idea and, you can come correct. By the time you send us a WhatsApp message, you can say, oh, I'm going with Naira at so amount of money. I'm going with dollar at so and so amount of money. Is that clear, please? I hope that is quite clear to you. So do a screenshot. I'm going to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Say cheese, cheese. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Aha. So thank you, everyone. Yeah, so do we have other questions? So Sam said, what's the minimum we can invest? You can invest 2 million naira. That's the minimum. 2 million naira is the minimum. Do we have new questions? Someone says, can you compound your investment every year? Absolutely. 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 You can. So if you say, oh, I don't want to get my money back, right? Just let me roll over. Of course, yes. Someone says, how do you recover and get back on track after you lose money? Okay. So there's somebody wants to ask you, they've lost money. So now I think I can take that question. Okay, allow me to take the question. Anything I miss, you can add to it. Okay. So the first, because I
You
have
have
lost money.
you have experience.
So the first thing I recommend you do when you mess up like that is go naked to your mentors, people that you should have connected with initially, or people that you have said, oh, their mouth is smelling. Go naked and say, you're sorry, you've messed up, this is it, right? And then allow them to reinstall you, to restore you by sharing their wisdom with you. This is what you should have done, what you should do. And then they teach you how to manage the situation. Okay, is everything lost? Are you even owing people? Right? They can just tell you this is how you manage people's emotions. In my own case, I had over 100 investors on my neck, and I had over 180 million naira that was lost. Okay, so I began to learn how to manage people's emotions, right? What to avoid saying, what to say, get people on board to cover your nakedness, all right? And then submit yourself to mentorship, because you cannot fight that war with the same mindset that got you in. You cannot win that war with the same mindset that got you into it. Okay, so you want to get fresh perspective, new learnings, fresh understanding on what to do to gradually pay off your debts. Okay, begin to save money and recover, and then gradually you come back up. But it needs plenty humility on your part. You need plenty humility on your part. Where you don't feel like, oh, I mean that I used to command billions. Now, no, that mindset got into the mess, and that same mindset cannot bring you out of it. So you need plenty education, and mentoring is a huge source of education that you want to leverage on. Okay, and then gradually begin to start afresh. Don't stay down. Okay, don't stay down. Let people help you begin to come up for air gradually, and over time you will come back on track. You offset your debts, and then you will shine again. Okay, you'll be bright again. This is how you recover. Okay, from my experience. Did I say anything else to add?
Yeah, fantastic. You're very spot on. A couple of things that I would just add to is, number one, you need to be transparent, have a meeting with everybody involved, open up to them, let them know what has happened, and the situation of things. Number two, you need to look for alternative sources of income and be willing to open up to them those alternatives as well, and
Yeah.
plead for their support for that, so that the alternative can work. I worked with a gentleman who lost people's money, and one of the options I gave him was he could start real estate brokerage. So I told him, sit down with everybody, tell them you're starting afresh. The business he lost money wasn't real estate. So tell them this is like the new business I want to do, and I even need your support so that this can be. Else, why I'm saying you must ask for their support. While you're trying to do brokerage, you can go there and start posting, who else? He wants to scam you in real estate again. Don't. So I told him, let them know, and let them know that it's in their own interest that they support you, so that you make enough money from brokerage and pay their money back. Number three, do not exaggerate. Do not lie about anything. In the case of this story I'm telling you, the gentleman, on the other hand, exaggerated. He told them he's starting his own real estate company. He will even give some of them back their money in form of land. So before investors got this assumption that suddenly he has hit a new money. In fact, some believed all this while he had put
Use
their money
to go and start that one.
yeah, he had even put it into land all this while and just left them hanging, and they came after him in a big way. In fact, remember when he posted it, I used to chat on his page to say, let's chat. I even chatted him up. But again, when people go through a lot, I've learned I could be so caring, but I've learned to just let people be themselves so that I'm not crying more than the bereaved. Of course, is also facing the consequences of choosing to exaggerate, and up to him facing all of that. Number four, and I'll just leave at that, there are many ways, is if you need to pick up a job, don't be shy to do so.
Right.
And those trying to work with, let them know what you had before. I had this particular lady who wanted to work with us, and she's run into bad investment, and she never opened up. And she was almost into this euphoria of having to pick money somewhere else, to cover up for another. And at some point, I just got to know with my instinct. Now, open up so that I can, at least if people start harassing me to say somebody who works for you is owing us money, I need to know what tune, what's the situation. But she still refused not to open up. So don't fall into that category. Be willing to open up and say, hey, you are my mentor, or this new company you've gone to pick up a job in, let them know that you had run a business before, it went bad, you are owing people, they may even come after you. Let them know. I know a case of a story, Pastor Olumide Emmanuel always shared this story of how it was even a Sunday service. 8 military men came to church on a Sunday service to come and arrest him. And in this case, it wasn't even him. Apparently, some of his staff were running MMM in his office. Right? He didn't even know. But because those things took place in his office, and some of them probably even used his name to lie, right? There was an assumption that it was about him, and he didn't even know anything about it. So it's important that whoever is your boss or whoever is your mentor, they know, because there are consequences to this thing that they are associating with you. And it's decent that they are aware and they know what they are likely, to face. If somebody who knows Temi now reach out to me and say, I gave Temi my money, I say, I know the story. She told me, I'm aware. So you can't come and blackmail a Temi, for example, with me. And so wisdom for a Temi is to have inform me. So you want to inform people around you and be transparent so that they don't now be the ones that at the end of the day, people are harassing them. Exactly. If I remember before Temi started working with us, when we agreed she was going to work, me and her had to do a live show. I remember telling her, I said, let's go and do a live show. So that people don't even think I don't know. And we just talk about how we lost money. Right? That way, nobody even coming to come and gossip with me. Right? Me and show already. So they know I'm aware. And in Africa, people gossip a lot. You see people, oh, this person you're associating with, be careful, be careful. They'll saw him. So be transparent.
Yes. Okay. All right then. Thank you, everyone. I think we have more or less wrapped up the conversation for today. Guys, how many of you got